It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday. It's live again. It's Saturday, Sunday. It's live again. Are you ready?
Helping people who are living and working in Spain. It's the right way with David Wright.
A very good afternoon and welcome to The Right Way with me, David Wright, and a big thank you as always to John and Alex for keeping us entertained this afternoon. Hope you enjoy your motorbike ride out tomorrow, John. It should be nice weather for you. Loads of pictures in the post, I think. I would like to see the other guys' bikes and hope you have a great day out, mate. It should be a great day. In the area you're going is lovely, warm and dry and sunny here in Almeria. Okay, so coming up onto the show today, I've got more tips and advice on living and working in Spain, and some great music to get you in the mood for the weekend. Also talking about work in Spain, how to find work in Spain. That's the theme of the show today. Comment section is open, so come and keep me company this afternoon. Duran there kicking us off today. Is there something I should know?
The comment section is open. Chat live to the DJ right now via our website.
And here he is, the legendary David Wright.
So in the comment section, we've got Guy, Rob Webber. Hi, Rob, out in Spain again. How many times are you going to be over here, mate? It's about time you bought here. We're looking forward to seeing you guys very soon. So hope it all goes well for your trip out here this weekend. And Danny Fs, hi, Danny. Working hard, I'm sure. Okay, so Guy, this one's for you, mate. Spanish cuisine with us. We'll give you a little test, hopefully not long now. And see you guys soon.
Helping people who are living and working in Spain. It's the right way with David Wright.
So the theme today is about work in Spain, how and where, what you can do, things to give you some tips on better chances of finding work here in Spain. That's all coming up on the show today. I want to just go over what I said yesterday about the new dog laws here in Spain. Now, I've been rabbiting on about this a little while now, but this one, there's a new one out yesterday that I saw. And if you've got a dog now, part of the new animal welfare laws here in Spain, you cannot leave your dog tied up outside a shop or supermarket. Now, there's part of this new dog welfare laws, or pet welfare laws, as I should say, means that all pets are allowed in all public transport now. They're allowed in shops, bars and restaurants. They cannot stop you from taking your pets into public buildings here in Spain. It's all part of the animal welfare law. So if you leave your pet tied up outside, you could be fined as much as €10,000. If you want to find out more about these pet laws, go over to Almeria Radio website, click on the drop down menu there, you know where to go. My page, The Right Way with me, David Wright, tips and advice on living and working in Spain, and there's links to everything I give out here on the show. Time for my first Spanish one. Almeria Radio 107.5 FM. You're listening to The Right Way with me, David Wright. Guy, I did say that as well. People are allowed to put signs up saying no dogs allowed, apparently, but just to give you some information on that one, I know somebody personally here that works for a local government office building, and they had these signs up saying no dogs in reception, things like that, and the head office have been told to take the signs down. They're not allowed to stop dogs coming in now. So it's all for pets. It doesn't just mean dogs, it's all pets. So imagine if someone's got a pet cow or a pet camel, it could be quite awkward, especially if you're in a restaurant. There's some pets I don't think that would go well in a restaurant, but how they're going to police this, not quite sure. But apparently now you're allowed to take your pets in all public places, all public transport, bars, restaurants, shops, you name it. You're allowed to take your pets, not just dogs, pets, it says. So what if you've got a pet horse? So you're allowed to take that in a shop? It's going to be very interesting to see how they police this one. So talking about work in Spain and getting jobs in Spain, one of the questions I get asked a lot and across all my sites, lots of messages almost every day now, can I find work in Spain? And a lot of the responses I see people posting some of my pages and stuff is many people, mostly British people, say into the reply, it's very hard to find work in Spain. Now, there are reasons why people do say this. There is lots of work in Spain if you know where to look and if you have the right papers and, of course, if you speak Spanish. I will give you some tips tips, my top tips on how and where, and I'll give you some tips on how to get ahead of the others when looking for work in Spain. That's all coming up on the show today.
Live from the heart of Southeast Spain, Almeria Radio.
Think solar, think Garcia here.
So talking about work in Spain, finding work in Spain. So first off, if you can't speak Spanish, then obviously you're going to be limited to the sort of jobs you can find here in Spain, and you're going to be competing with all the other people that can speak Spanish. And also, what skills have you got? Have you got the skills that are in need here in Spain? A little while ago, the Spanish government posted that there's 64,000 job vacancies they're still trying to occupy in the tourist and hotel industry. So if you're in that line, there is thousands of jobs and they're having trouble. Remember, this last year, the tourist industry had the best year ever on record here in Spain. They had a booster record right across the board in the tourist industry. So they're looking out for more hotel staff, catering staff, things like that. And if you haven't got the right skills in Spain, there are things you can do. There are courses you can go on, and I'll tell you all about that after this. You really got me there by the Kinks. So talking about work in Spain today, and jobs, there's a job centres and workshops are set up now all across Spain. There's new training courses, labour market training courses run by local councils and job centres, all targeting new workers. And you can go and ask about these courses at your local job centre or town offices to learn some new skills. And these skills are targeted, these courses rather, are targeted at the unemployed and the younger people in Spain, but the courses are open to everybody. And Guy, asking us about a question about the CVs. Yeah, a lot of companies now are not accepting the CVs online, but what I suggest is if you've got a CV, obviously you'll do it in English and Spanish, and you want to send it to the company. You can find out these email addresses online. It's quite easy to do. Send it in anyway, and I would always follow up with an email to the person or a phone call, or go to the company in person and ask them for what they thought about your CV. Now, something I was taught ages ago when I first came to Spain, which was a little bit of a good tip, and I'm going to pass it on to you right now, is make a 2-minute video of yourself with a nice background, talking about what you can do, what you can offer, and what you're looking to, what skills you're looking to bring to that company, and just put that in a little video, upload it to a private channel on YouTube, copy the link and paste that in an email and send that along with your CV. Now, when you send a CV to somebody, if it's got a link in it like that and with a video, you can put click here to see all about me, something like that. People are always interested in looking at things like that. They can't help but click on that. If they click on that, that might just give you a head up, a chance above everybody else. If somebody can see you, can actually see you, people can learn a lot from you by just a quick video. It doesn't even have to be 2 minutes, 30 seconds is enough just to get some basic information in about you. Obviously, if you're applying for a job in Spanish, it would be great if you could speak Spanish in that video. Easy to do, and it's all free. Remember, just open up a YouTube channel. You can do it with your mobile phone and click the link and then send that in the email or attach it to your CV.
Hi there, Jim Scott here, reminding you this coming...
It's Friday, and that Friday feeling, getting you into the mood for the weekend. Live.
David Wright.
The Afternoon Show.
Now it's time to say a big thank you to the sponsors of my show, Next Stop Ibiza, a professional relocation service and property search in Ibiza. NextStopIbiza.com understands the challenges and the joys of relocating to Ibiza and is committed to making your transition as seamless and stress-free as possible. So, if you're thinking about buying or renting in Ibiza or relocating there, then go straight to nextstopibiza.com. Okay, so what are you up to at the weekend? Let us know in the comments section. I'm going to go and do some gardening this weekend. I've got my allotment at the back of my swimming pool to clear out. I've got my hands full of work this weekend, so I'll be doing that. Hopefully it's not too hot. If it is, I might have to jump in the pool. And I was watching the BBC News this morning. It's something I haven't watched for a little while, and quite strange. On one of the headlines on the 6 o'clock news, or 7 o'clock, I think it was their time, the presenter said about the wildfires in Tenerife and she was telling everybody about how climate change has started these wildfires. That was her exact words. And on the news today here in Spain, one of the news about the fires in Tenerife, they were saying how the police and local authorities are investigating 20 different leads for arson of the fires. So yeah, two completely different views on the story. Who do you believe? Anybody knows that's just outside Almeria, and it was a very touristy area. It was nice to go for a holiday, things like that. Not really where I wanted to live, but this is where the work was at the time. So find a populated area. If you don't speak Spanish very well, then you need to find somewhere that's populated with more British people to give you a better chance of finding work. And then once you've found some work there, once you've got your foot in the door, you can always move on a little bit and find another area. It's exactly what I did. I moved away a little bit, and then I moved to another area, and then further and further away. So I moved about an hour and a half away from where I originally was. It's a great place to live. You still like it there. It's a great place to visit, but I wouldn't personally want to live there anymore. That's where the work was at the time, and that was great for me. So if you're thinking about finding work here in Spain, think very hard about the area. It might be a good idea to rent for a little while in that area until you get your business up and running, your work established, and you can always move on a little bit after that. And I also worked for a company here that had a company up in the hills of Almeria, up in Tabernas, and at the time I was travelling to them about an hour away. Now, if I hadn't have lived in Roquetas, I wouldn't have known about this company, and although it was a lot of travelling, it gave me a lot of work experience. The first 2 years here, I learnt about how the companies work here, about how the workers work in the heat and the cold and things like that, and where to buy the materials was a great way for me getting some information. And that's how I started up my own business, and I already knew where to get my materials from at cost price, all from working from this company here. So think about where you're going to work in Spain. Go to the areas where there is a better chance of finding work. That will make a big difference. Okay, so yeah, Guy, this one is one of my favourite all-time tracks. See what you think. And I bet you play this well on the guitar, mate. Fire there, Boogie Wonderland.
You're listening to The Right Way. The Right Way with David Wright.
If you love great music from the 60s and 70s, pop songs, silly songs, songs to get you moving, then join me for The Buzz with Briggsy, live every Saturday, 4 till 6 p.m.
So if this theme today has been work in Spain, looking for work in Spain, and if you're thinking about finding a jobs in Spain, remember over on my information page I've got links to job sites that the Spanish use here and some other tips and advice. And also over on my membership page now we've got experts that help people with all the paperwork when they're moving to Spain and can set you up for building work here, paperwork you need for building, regulations, things like that. And if you're looking for work in Spain, we've got experts who can guide you with that, and a special page all about how and where to find work in Spain. That's over on my membership site. You can find links to that and all the information I give out on my shows right here on the Almeria Radio website, or go over to davidwrightonline.com. That's davidwrightonline.com.
Today's hits, today's music.
Well, that's about it for me for another show. I'll be back same time next week, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, the right way. Loads more tips and advice. And I've got some special guests coming on my show next week. I've got a top lawyer and a financial advisor going to be giving you some tips and maybe trying to answer your questions as well. So if you've got any questions you want to put to these financial expert and this top lawyer, then come on over to the show or email me the questions here at the show and I can put them on the show next week. That's it for another show. Up next, it's Rob Mack. Speak to you later.
That's all, folks.